Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about this book, The Gardens of the Moon, the first in a series of the Malazan Book of the Fallen. So overall, probably about a 2.5 out of 5. Maybe even a 2. Here are my reasons why though. So first, I felt like it was only really interesting and coherent at around halfway, which for a first book in a very long series, I feel like that's a big flaw. However, I have heard that this is the worst in the series, which that's not really an excuse, but that it does get better. And also someone said that this book was sort of designed to be like a Dungeons and Dragons landscape instead of like a book, but it's a book, so it still needs to be well written. My second problem are the characters. So there are some really cool characters in here with some cool history and like abilities and stuff. And I didn't care about any of them. And the reason for that is because everyone is so flat in here and their motivation to do anything is just like really inconsistent and kind of comes out of nowhere. Like it just seems like the characters are just there so that the author built this really cool world. So that was a problem for me. The third, do we know anymore? Problem that I have with this book was that there's a very large battle within the first 100 pages, and it determines the motivation for characters like throughout the entire book. Like it's a game changer, it's a pretty big battle, right? The whole thing was like 2 pages long. What? What? You give me this cool fantasy book with like some really cool like gory stuff in it, and then you're describing a battle in 2 pages, and it was over so fast, and like I hated that because for characters, I'm spinning my mobile around. For some of the characters, this battle was like extremely important. Stop it, stop. Anyway, this battle was extremely important and it was just glossed over. Despite this book being 700 pages long, this really cool battle was glossed over. So that was kind of a bummer. I had a couple other issues with this book, but obviously I finished it, so that's something in its favor. It was good enough to finish, but if I hadn't been, not coerced, if I hadn't been politely pushed to read it by you all, I probably wouldn't have continued past like page 100. Also, I feel like the writing in this book, like the actual like words in sentences is like jumbled, and that's kind of hard to just get past. So the second book is called Dead House Gates, I'm pretty sure. I have it, so I'm probably gonna read it. Right now I'm reading Gone with the Wind, which I'm sure the people watching this video are confused about because it's about like a fantasy book. So anyway, that is how I feel about this book. Thank you very much for suggesting it. It was very kind of you. Please continue these suggestions. If you had any problems with this book, if you noticed any of the things I did, it'd be kind of interesting. That's all I have for you today. I will see you next week with something, some sort of video, probably, maybe, we'll see. So, bye!